A man has been arrested after throwing objects at Nigel Farage in Barnsley. We're going to read into this more from The Guardian, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from The Guardian with the headline of "A man was arrested after objects thrown at Nigel Farage in Barnsley." The Reform UK leader was on the top deck of the party's battle bus when objects repeatedly thrown from a nearby construction site. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share this across social media so others are notified of this video. So if you haven't seen the viral clip, if you go onto the link here on The Guardian, it will show you the video of the man throwing objects. I believe it was stones or rocks or something from a little construction area where he went into, and he picked them up and he basically threw them directly at Nigel Farage. Is what he did, and he was subsequently caught and arrested, and rightfully so. Now, I have disagreements with Nigel Farage. I disagree with a lot of things that he has said. I think he's a snake oilsman, and I think he's a manipulator. I don't think he speaks for the British public in any way, shape, or form, and I don't agree with his party, Reform UK, as well. However, there is a line to be crossed, and regardless of how I feel or how people feel about Nigel Farage, throwing objects at him is not going to change his mind. It's not going to change politics. It's not going to fix anything. I understand anger and the frustration of this man. I understand why people love and appreciate him, because they actually think that he's going to save the country, which in my opinion he's not. I understand why people feel so angry about him, because they feel that they have been shafted or he's a manipulator and whatnot. I get all that, but there is a line, and the line was crossed here. There's no question the line was crossed here. If we are to be better as people, if we are to beat the kinds of people like Nigel Farage when it comes to political debates and in terms of winning over voters, the best way is word to mouth. The best way is in debates. The best way is to have the conversations. Throwing objects is not. It's wrong in every way, shape, or form. Plus, you're literally it's assault. It's a literal assault. You're trying to assault a person as well, and that person should know better. And anybody who feels the same way or thinks it was justified, you should know better too, because you're sinking to their level. You're playing into their hands, and that's exactly what it is. And I think, and I generally hope the man gets charged and all that kind of stuff, because while it may seem like a great video clip and whatnot, there's a way to deal with things, and this is not one of the ways to do it. Now, also, I guess the next question I suppose people ask: well, how do I feel about the milkshake and the soda thing? Because I do find them hilarious, which I did. And the woman that did the one at Clacton was arrested apparently and charged, and obviously the original milkshake guy as well. They are great viral moments, but is it justified to do them? No, I would say probably not. I mean, we can joke and laugh about it, but what are you accomplishing by doing that? What are you accomplishing by doing it? Okay, so you made him forced to change his suit. You made him look silly in front of people. Okay, but what are you doing? What are you achieving by doing that? You're just expressing your anger, and you're getting arrested for it. Is that going to change his tune? Is that going to convince his voters that they're going to stop voting for Nigel Farage and Reform UK? No, it's not. There is a way to deal with it. To deal with these kind of people, this is not the way to do it. Sorry. So a 28-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of a public order offence after Nigel Farage had objects hurled at him while campaigning in Barnsley. The Reform UK leader was waving to local people at the top of the party's battle bus in South Yorkshire on Tuesday morning when two separate objects were thrown at him. A protester could be seen shouting from a work site close to the bus before something was hurled at Farage. The man was then tackled by police officers in Barnsley's town centre. Farage said the violent attack was pretty nasty and confirmed police that he had told his team before the incident that it was not a very good idea for them to leave the battle bus. Protest is allowed, Farage said. Protest is part of our democratic process, but protest needs to be within certain bounds. Protest does not involve chucking cement towards me or even stones. Yeah, and I 100% agree. People need to be able to have the right to protest. People need to be able to right to express their voice in anger and frustration or whatever at people. But yeah, I 100% agree with Nigel here. I don't mind if someone shouts something rude at me. I will probably shout it back. When it comes to violence, that actually poses a real threat. Yeah, again, I think I'm in agreement with Nigel on that. The Reform leader said he agreed that people who throw objects during campaign should absolutely go to jail. A South Yorkshire police spokesman said, "We have arrested a 28-year-old man on suspicion of public order offences following disorder in Barnsley town centre." This was on June the 11th. It is believed that the man threw objects from a nearby construction area. Again, the video clip, you can have a look for yourself. Was quickly detained and remained in police custody. I will not be bullied or cowed by a violent left-wing mob who hate our country. This is the thing. See, he's painting left-wing people as some kind of mob or whatever. It plays into his fans' hands as well. That by doing those actions as well. Stephen Peacock, Labour's parliamentary candidate for Barnsley South, condemned the violence. He said, "Intimidation has no place in our politics. I condemn the violence we saw in Barnsley's town centre today. All candidates in this election should be free to campaign without being subject to violence or intimidation." Home Secretary James Cleverly said, "There must be no place for violence and intimidation in our politics, and these actions should be condemned by everyone." He thanked the police for detaining the suspect quickly. Farage had been expected to be interviewed by BBC's Nick Robinson for Panorama as part of his series with party leaders, but on Tuesday this was postponed for logical reasons. Labour's Keir Starmer will be grilled on Friday, and other leaders being interviewed by Robinson, including the Scottish National Party John Sweeting, Plaid Cymru's Roon, the Green Party's Adrian Ramsey, and the Liberal Democrats' Ed Davey. A week ago, Victoria Thomas Bowen was charged with assault by beating and criminal damage after a milkshake was thrown over Farage as he left Clacton the Moon and Starfish Weatherspoon pub in Clacton-on-Sea, Essex. Farage had just addressed supporters in the pub before he was seen with the yellow drink splattered across the sky blue suit as he boarded his bus. Yeah, I mean, there's we can laugh about it, but there's a line, guys. He tried to make light of the milkshake incident later that day as he posed with the media with a tray of 4 McDonald's milkshake bananas during a visit to Jaywick in Essex. Senior Liberal figures, including Yvette Cooper, David Lammy, condemned the milkshake incident at the time. It is not the first time that Farage has had a milkshake thrown at him while in campaigning in 2019. When he was campaigning as leader of the Brexit Party, a Five Guys banana and salted caramel milkshake was thrown at him during a walkabout in Newcastle. Yeah, this is not the first time. And I get how people feel about him. Like I said, I get how people feel about him. I really, really do. But there's a line, and we are crossing a line here. Because if people think it's okay to do this for Nigel Farage, who's to stop this doing for any other politician that you may disagree with? Who's to stop people going too far? When it starts becoming milkshakes, or when it starts becoming stones, when it starts becoming something worse. Where is that? When are we going too far here? And yes, I understand we also have a lot of rhetoric is being pumped out by certain medias and certain politicians. I get that. I totally understand that. But but don't play into this by doing these kinds of things. Yeah, because you're no different than them by doing these actions. You really are. This is not the right way to deal with these people. This is not the right way to engage. If you want to shout and hurl abuse, I don't agree with hurling abuse really with them. Everyone is different, and you can have a joke and laugh about it, but there are lines, and I feel like that we are crossing a line here with Nigel Farage, because the more this can be done to him, the more it gives people, oh, well, if they can do it to him, maybe I can do it to other MPs or other politicians. And then you can see someone going too far, and perhaps even worse than that. And I think that's a really important context to add to this. But maybe some of you vehemently disagree with me. What do you guys honestly think? Do you think that person went too far? Do you think that there is a line here? Do we think that politicians should not have to endure, whether it's drinks or rocks or whatever thrown at them? Is it right for people to hurl abuse at politicians even if we vehemently disagree? Let me know your thoughts and more in the comments section down below. If you found this video informative, please hit the like button, greatly appreciated. Share it across social media so others are notified of this video. And subscribe, because it really does help support the channel. And if you want to go one step further, financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p. Or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope to catch you all very, very soon.